वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। भगवद्गीता अध्याय 2 श्लोक 6। न चैतद्विद्मः कतरन्नो गरीयः यद्वा जयेम यदि वा नो जयेयुः। यानेव हत्वा न जिजीविषामः तेव स्थिताः प्रमुखे धार्तराष्ट्राः। Arjuna is continuing his lamentation and he is expressing his confusion. He is bewildered because his mind is clouded by sorrow. Therefore, he says, I don't know what is preferable to me. Whether victory is preferable to me or defeat is preferable to me. Peculiar assertion, because naturally everyone prefers victory. But in this verse, Arjuna is not even clear what is preferable to him. Na chaitad vidmaha. We don't know even this. What? Katarannaha gariyaha. What is preferable to us? Yadva jayema. Whether we should be victorious, whether we should win the war, or yadiva no jayeyuhu, whether they should conquer us. Which is better? Arjuna is not clear. Why he is not clear? Because yaneva tvana jijivishamaha devasthitav pramukhe dhartarashtraha. The people who are in front of us, the people who are supposed to be our enemies, are not other than our relatives. And killing them, we will not have desire to live. We will not prefer to live killing those people. Yaneva hatva, killing who? Na jijivishamaha. We won't have a desire to live. Te dhartarashtraha. Such dhartarashtras. Pramukhe avasthitaha. They are present in front of us. Therefore, Arjuna is even confused whether he should fight, and even if he fights, whether he should fight for winning or losing. Shloka 7. कार्पण्यदोषोपहतः स्वभावः पृच्छामि त्वां धर्मसम्मूढचेताः यच्छ्रेयस्यान्निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे शिष्यस्तेऽहं शाधिमान् त्वां प्रपन्नम्. This is a very important verse, rather a turning point in Arjuna's own thinking. So far, you can understand that Arjuna is confused. And he is desirous of retrieval from the battlefield. But now, in this verse, he admits his confusion. He admits that he has some problem. And he also admits that he is not able to solve the problem all by himself. Therefore, he has to seek help. When someone understands that he has a problem, half the problem is solved. Because most often people are in denial mode. They don't want to admit they have a problem. When there is a real problem. Now Arjuna says, I have a problem. Karpanyadoshopahatas swabhavaha. His swabhava, his nature, Arjuna's normal personality is that of valor, bravery, etc. Arjuna's personality. Now Arjuna says his normal personality is overpowered by a sense of helplessness. Karpanyado. Karpanya. Karpanya is helplessness. And it is a dosha. It is not desirable. Therefore, it is a dosha, an undesirable thing. It is an illness. And Arjuna's normal personality is overpowered by Karpanya doshaha. Karpanya doshopahatas swabhavaha. He is not able to exhibit his true self, even as a normal warrior. Arjuna is the greatest warrior in the field of Mahabharata. But Now his condition is worse than an ordinary foot soldier. Why? Because of karpanya, because of the emotional problem of helplessness, because of the emotional problems of sorrow. And Arjuna is able to recognize it. I am overpowered by helplessness. I am overpowered by sorrow. And another problem, which is a result of Karpanya dosha, dharma sammudha chetaha. His mind is deluded, confused as far as his dharma is concerned. Sammudha chetaha. His mind is deluded in terms of dharma. Dharma sammudha chetaha. What is right and what is wrong, he is not able to decide. What he should do and what he should not do, he is not able to decide. Therefore, he is asking Bhagavan to help him. It is not easy to ask somebody else's help. When there is a problem, most of us try to solve the problem ourselves. Even in terms of medicine, try self medication. They don't want to go to doctor. Many of us, instead of going to doctor, they go to the medical shop and do self medication. It works in some cases, but in some cases it can be disastrous also. By the time one recognizes the actual problem, it could be too late. That is why majority of the people don't even seek help from others to solve their psychological issues. But then there are some people who try to find help from others, but they don't know where to find help. They try all wrong ways to solve their psychological issues. Then there are quite a few people who take refuge at Vedanta, who take refuge at Bhagavad Gita as a solution to the problem of their life. Vedanta, Atmajnana is the only true antidote to the problem of samsara, the fundamental emotional problems of human existence. Now Arjuna has understood that he has to take refuge at someone, he has to seek help from someone, and the one who can help him is none other than his guru. He has to be a shishya and he has to ask help from a guru, because the Vedanta, Atmajnana, is received only from a guru. Who can be Arjuna's guru? The best guru for Arjuna is very much available to him, his own friend and his own charioteer, Krishna. Therefore, he seeks help from Krishna. Prachami tvam. I ask you. I seek help from you. And he is asking, Yat shreyasyan nishchitam bruhi tanme. Yat me nishchitam shreyah syat. What will lead me to a definite good? Nishchitam shreyah. Definite good. Definite good is freedom from all the problems. Freedom from all the psychological issues. Rather, a freedom from psychological vulnerability is the definite good. And such a freedom, freedom from the emotional vulnerability, is called moksha. In the Vedantic language, it is called moksha. In the normal human being's language, it can be called by many names. Freedom from anxiety, freedom from stress, freedom from loneliness, not a temporary freedom. A temporary freedom from stress, a temporary freedom from sorrow, one can get through various other means also, even through medication, even through counseling. But how to get a permanent freedom from all the emotional issues? How to get a permanent freedom from the emotional vulnerability? That is Arjuna's question. Therefore, he calls it Nishchitam Shreya, definite Shreya. Definite means an absolute full stop to all possibilities of emotional issues. Not for the time being, but also in future. What will give me that freedom? Tanme bruhi. Please tell me that. I don't want a quick fix. Nishchitam Shreyaha is not a quick fix. Arjuna is not asking for a quick fix solution. There are so many quick fix solutions available in the market for almost all problems, including the psychological problem. but he wants a nishchitam shreya. If you want nishchitam shreya, then you have to pay greater price. A quick fix is easily available, but a nishchitam shreya is not so easy to attain. It requires attending Gita sessions week after week. Not easy. It involves difficulty. But fortunately or unfortunately, it is the only way. There is no shortcut for nishchitam shreya. Arjuna is ready to pay the price. And Krishna says, if you want to pay the price, if you want nishchitam shreya, you have to be somebody's shishya. Accept someone as a guru, a competent teacher, a competent guru, and accept the person as a guru and be a shishya. Shishya means one who is ready to receive the teaching, one who is humble, sincere, and he is ready to accept the teaching is called a shishya. It is not easy to become a shishya. Perhaps it is easier to become a guru, but not easy to be a shishya. It requires lot of humility, lot of sincerity, lot of patience, proper attitude to the guru, etc. Now Arjuna says, I accept you as my guru and I am your shishya. Shishyasteham aham te shishyaha. I am your shishya. Mam prapannam shadhi. Mam prapannam. I have taken refuge at you. I have taken refuge at your feet. A shishya takes refuge at the guru, giving up all other dependences, giving up all other support. A shishya takes refuge at the guru. I will not try any other parallel means. Instead, I will employ the means as told by the guru. This is taking refuge at the feet of guru. It should be the attitude of a shishya. A shishya is ready to do what the guru says, and a shishya makes effort to understand what the guru says. Aham te shishyaha. Mam prapannam shadhi. Please teach me. Mam prapannam. I have taken refuge at you. Therefore, shadhi. It is not shadi. Shadhi. Mahaprana. Please teach me. Thus, Arjuna has asked for the teaching. Arjuna has requested for Upadesha. Next shloka. Nahi prapashyami mamapanudyat yacchokamuchchoshanamindriyanam अवाप्य भूमावसपत्नमृद्धम् राज्यं सुराणामपि चाधिपत्यम् When does a Shishya deserves a teaching? To deserve teaching of Brahma Vidya, to be a deserving student of Adhyatma Vidya, one should understand that there is no other parallel means for happiness, for freedom from sorrow. If he thinks that he can accomplish the same goal through some other parallel means, then he does not become a proper competent Shishya, because his focus and dedication to the Guru and his teaching will be partial. He is partially dedicated to the teaching of the Guru, and partially he works on some other parallel means. Then the teaching does not work. Therefore, perhaps Krishna is interested in knowing whether Arjuna is also trying any other parallel avenue to find the same goal for which he is taking refuge at Krishna. Then Arjuna says that he knows very well that there cannot be any such parallel means. Therefore, he is completely seeking refuge at Krishna. His surrender and dedication to Krishna, his surrender and dedication to his Guru is absolute. This idea is conveyed, this message is conveyed in this shloka. Arjuna says, even if I get a very prosperous kingdom on the earth, bhumau asapatnam riddham rajyam avapya, bhumau, on this earth, asapatnam, unrivaled, he gets a kingdom which is unrivaled, no rivalries. And Riddham Rajyam, a prosperous kingdom, Avapya api, even if he gets that kind of a kingdom, or Suranam api chadhipatyam, even if he gets the kingdom of Swarga, kingdom of Devatas, even then he does not find a parallel means which can dispel the sorrow that he is experiencing now. Nahi prapashyami, I do not find a means. Yat mama indriyanam uchchoshanam shokam apanudyat, which will remove my shoka. Shoka is described as indriyanam uchchoshanam, which is burning the indriyas, which is scorching the indriyas, the senses. It is burning Arjuna's mind, the sorrow. Yat apanudyat, what can remove it? This intense sorrow. Arjuna does not find a parallel means. Therefore, Arjuna says his surrender to Krishna is absolute. He is not looking for one possible means, but he is looking for the only possible means from Krishna. Sanjaya uvacha एवमुक्त्वा हृषीकेशम् गुडाकेशः परन्तप गुडाकेशः परन्तपः न योत्स्य इति गोविन्दम् उक्त्वा तूष्णीं बभूवः. परन्तपः गुडाकेशः. These are Sanjaya's words. Sanjaya is telling to Dhritarashtra, Parantapah Gudakeshaha. Gudakeshaha is a name of Arjuna. Gudaka means sleep. Gudakayaha Ishaha, the Lord of sleep. One who has mastery over his sleep is called Gudakeshaha. Gudakeshaha is a Parantapaha. In his normal self, he is a Parantapa. He scorches his enemies. A very valorous person. Therefore, Parantapaha. Arjunaha. Hrishikesham eva muktva. He told these words to Hrishikesha. Up to the previous verse, up to the previous shloka, was Arjuna uvacha. Nayotsye iti uktva. And finally he declares, Nayotsye, I will not fight. Iti uktva. After saying this, Tushnim babhuvaha, he became quiet. Arjuna remained quiet. Sanjaya continues. Tamuvacha Hrishikeshaha प्रहसन्निव भारत सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये विषीदन्तमिदं वचः. Sanjaya is telling to Dhritarashtra, He Bharata. Sanjaya is calling Dhritarashtra. Even Dhritarashtra is Bharataha because he was born in the lineage of Bharata, Bharata Vamsha. Therefore, he is called Bharataha. Rishikeshaha. Krishna is called Rishikesha. Senayor Ubhayor Madhye Vishidantam Arjunam. Arjuna, who is Vishidantam, who is lamenting, who is in deep sorrow, in the middle of two armies. Senayor Ubhayor Madhye. Arjuna, who is lamenting, who is in deep distress, in the middle of two armies. Krishna is speaking to him now. Krishna started speaking to him now. Prahasanniva uvacha. Krishna spoke prahasanna iva, as though he is smiling, not fully smiling, as though smiling, a cheerful face. Krishna is bearing a cheerful expression on his face. Cheerfulness indicates moksha. Cheerfulness indicates that he is free from the problem of samsara. Krishna is free from samsara, whereas Arjuna is deep in samsara, neck deep in samsara. Therefore, Vishidantam, he is in tears. Whereas Hrishikeshaha is Prahasanniva, he is as though smiling. Krishna is free from samsara himself. Only the one who is free from samsara can make the others free. Therefore, Krishna is a person who deserves to teach Arjuna, who is capable of giving the means of moksha to Arjuna. It is indicated by Prahasanniva, as though smiling. From the next shloka, shloka 11 of this chapter, Gitopadesha, begins. The actual teaching of Krishna begins from shloka 11 of this chapter. Shri Bhagawanuvacha Ashochananvashocastvam प्रज्ञावादाश्च भाषसे गतासु न गतासूंश्च नानुशोचन्ति पंडिताः। Krishna is starting his teaching by explaining the state of Arjuna. Ashochan anvashocastvam. You are grieving for the people who do not deserve to be grieved for. Ashochan. The people in front of you, they are ashochaha. They do not deserve to be grieved for. Because if you consider Dhartarashtras, Duryodhana, etc., they deserve the punishment. They deserve to be killed. If you consider other people like Bhishma, Drona, etc., even they are ashochaha. Because Bhishma, Drona, etc., they are not just bodies. They are Atma. And the Atma does not die. Therefore, even if they get killed, they are not really getting killed. From the standpoint of Atma, this will be made clear in following verses. Therefore, in reality, Bhishma, Drona, etc. are ashochaha. They do not deserve to be grieved for. But anvashochastvam, tvam anvashochaha, you are grieving for them. If one grieves for those who should not be grieved for, it is because of ignorance. In olden days, when there was no communication, only one mode of quick communication was telegram. You have to write a telegram, telex message, if you have to give a quick information. And then this person, he had gone to study in some foreign country. having gone to some foreign country, his parents are worried in India, in some small town in India. His parents are worried. What is happening to our son? These parents are moderately educated ones. In India, if someone is moderately educated, he will know some English. He may not be knowing very good English. Especially in India, English determines your educational status. It's an irony. Whether you know other things or not, if you know English well, you are an educated person. It happens only in countries like India, slavish countries like India. Then this gentleman has gone abroad. Then after a few months, after 1 year, he gets a telegram. Then the telegram reads that this person has passed. Then these parents don't know how to read. They are not educated, not even moderately educated. They don't know English, the parents. They ask this postman to read. So he reads it as passed away. He understands it as passed away. Then he says mar gaya. He translates it into Hindi. Then the parents start grieving. We lost our son in the foreign country. So instead of passed, it became passed away. Then the parents start crying, and they did Shraddha also. But then after a while, the son appears there at the time of his Shraddha. The son comes. Then the parents say, we got a message that you died. Then the son says, I wrote that I passed. But then he understood. Instead of passed, the message became passed away. And the postman translated it as passed away, died. So the parents grieved for the one who does not deserve to be grieved for. It is because of ignorance. Past became passed away. Ajnana. Ashochan anvashocastvam. Grieving for one who does not deserve to be grieved for is because of ignorance. Therefore, by this statement, Krishna is trying to say that Arjuna is ignorant. Arjuna has ajnana, ignorance, ignorant of the truth, ignorant of the absolute reality. That is what makes one sad. It is the cause of sorrow. Ignorance of absolute reality is the cause of sorrow. So Arjuna has ignorance, but when he speaks as though he knows everything. Prajnavadascha bhashase. You are speaking the words of wise men. Prajnavadan. Words of wisdom. Bhashase. You are speaking. In his effort to justify his decision of not fighting, he speaks like a wise man. But in reality, it is not wisdom. His ideas are fundamentally flawed. Gatasun agatasуща nanushocanti panditaha. Panditaha. Pandita means Atmajnani, one who knows the true nature of the self, one who knows the absolute reality is called a Pandita. Panda asya sanjata iti panditaha. A man of knowledge, a spiritually enlightened person. He is free from grief. Gatasun agatasunshcha nanushocanti. They do not grieve for people irrespective of whether they are alive or dead. Gatasun means the dead ones. And agatasun, the living ones. People do not, the wise men, the men of knowledge, do not grieve for either of them. But you are in deep sorrow, even when they are not yet killed. They are still alive. They have not been killed yet. Yet you are overpowered by sorrow. It shows your ajnana. It shows your ignorance. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya